Hi, this is Angel Jones. I love great conversations where life's journey is communicated not only through words, but tones and emotions. Explosive expressions that allow you to feel what they felt and learned. A fool learns only from his own mistake, while the wise learn from their own and from those others have made. Thanks for being here with us. Good night, Jeremy Epstein. How are you going on this wonderful, beautiful night?
It is a wonderful, beautiful night. I'm doing great. How are you, sir?
I am excellent, my friend. The Caribbean started to get a bit cooler than usual because of what's coming down from the north.
I'm sorry about that. I apologize. It has been a little chilly here, so my bad.
Well, I do appreciate you taking the brunt of the the cold though for us.
Yeah, I'm here to serve.
Wonderful. Jeremy, tell me, which of your talents is responsible for us meeting?
I think it's I'm a talented networker, and I live and die by the network. I take a great deal of pride and passion in maintaining relationships. In fact, I make 1,800 birthday calls every year to keep in touch with people.
Wow.
And it's because of one of them who tagged me in on Facebook and was like, Jeremy, this is the kind of thing you would love to do. And she was right. So here I am.
Wow, that's amazing, my friend. 1,800. Woo.
Yeah.
So who did you learn the skill from? Serving as you said initially.
I guess actually I was inspired by my grandfather. He used to call a bunch of his friends on their birthdays, but he didn't have the kind of technology or the basically free international long distance that I do. So I've kind of scaled it out. But he had probably like 40 or 50, so I've just taken it to the next level. But he's my inspiration.
That's amazing. Well, I mean, one thing is there, which is, hey, you're doing the connecting, but there's another level that is there that I'd like to uncover, which is integrity. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's I love people, and I love learning from them and meeting people, and I've been blessed to live in other parts of the world, and to me, the more you can listen and learn to people outside of your normal group, the more you can understand what's going on, whether it's politics or economics or culture or whatever. Most people only talk to, the same 10 or 15 friends all the time. And to me, if I'm talking to a whole bunch of people every day that I haven't spoken to in a year, and they're telling me their perspectives on things, it's such a blessing to kind of, maintain some humility and develop empathy and try to get a better understanding of what's going on. So I think that's at the root of it for me.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing stuff. Love it. So why will you, I guess you basically answered that right there, though, why you'll continue to repeat this. Are you looking forward in the questions?
I am. I'm cheating a little bit. I like to be prepared, but look, I've been doing this for over 20 years now, and it's so rewarding to, there are people I have not seen in 15 years, and I talk to them once a year, but every year we have a good conversation, and it's like we just keep going. And so it's just so refreshing, and it gives you so much. And look, the world's a very challenging place right now, as everybody knows, and it's just great to kind of connect to people and feel that inspiration and just in the human spirit. So I also tell people that they're like, oh, you're so reliable, you call me every year. I say, well, this way you'll know when I'm dead, because it's the year I don't call you. So it makes things a lot easier. There's no announcement going out.
Love it. Share with me one other thing you've done consistently over the past 3 years, please.
Oh, goodness. Well, I would say there are a few, but I'd say one of them is probably exercise. Yeah. I hit 40 a couple years ago.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And some of my friends got in really good shape, and I was like, wow, you guys look really good. And they're like, we realized it's a lot easier to get in shape on this side of 40 than the other side of 40. And I'm thinking, that makes a lot of sense. So I just started to get very serious about health and diet, because I think especially for men is well into our 30s, we kind of eat and exercise or think we can exercise the way we were when we were 15, and that doesn't work. So I started to get just very serious about, the physical health. I mean, other things as well, but just says like, okay, you can't mess around with this kind of thing.
Yeah, I totally agree. How does it make you feel?
It makes me feel good. It makes me feel like, most Americans are going the other direction, unfortunately, with our horrific diets and sugar and fats and sitting around doing nothing. So it makes me feel good that I'm avoiding that direction for now. But yeah, I'm a little sad that more people don't get on that bandwagon, but you can only fight so many battles, I suppose.
Well, suggest to them, for all that do take the time to listen, suggest to them why they should do what you've done specifically to where your health is concerned.
That's true. I have done that, and there have been people who have taken the suggestion, and a few people who, have said, look, you've really changed my life, and you got me motivated, because sometimes I get very aggressive in my motivations. So, I'm not afraid.
You're like that lion guy, right?
Yeah. A little like Navy SEAL drill sergeant mentality at times.
Yes. Guilty as well.
Yeah, sometimes it doesn't work with my wife, I've noticed, but I gotta.
Guilty as well. She says, I'm not doing that. Yes, well, you need to do it, because then when you do that, it'll get you ahead. No, I'm not doing that.
Right,
okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. All right, my friend. Well, we're having so much fun. Let's have some more fun, Jeremy. Let me invite you into my time machine that is surrounded with beautiful, warm, blue Caribbean water. Jeremy, what is your earliest childhood memory?
Oh, goodness. You got me transported to the Caribbean right now, so I'm having a hard time getting out of it. But let's see. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. Maybe... I think when I was 5, I guess I remember, there are probably a few earlier ones, but I definitely remember I was very fortunate when I was 5. I remember having 3 birthday parties.
Wow.
Yeah, when you're 5, that's a big deal, because I remember I had one in my house in Washington, and then I went to visit my grandmother who lived in Texas. And then we went to visit our cousins who live in Mexico, and it was all around the same time, and I got to have 3 birthday parties, and I just thought that was the coolest thing ever.
Why do you think this memory in particular is so clear?
Dude, when you're 5, like, your birthday's the first day, and you had 3 birthday parties? Like, my 8-year-old is talking about her birthday, and it's like 5 months away. So, yeah, that's why, I think.
It's amazing. Well, I mean, can I offer a bit of a connection to that picture that you painted in my mind? Yeah?
Of course, I love it.
Well, it's amazing that you're the guy that is calling everyone for their birthday.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. You've just made a thread that no one else has ever done. See, I'm already happy I took up this 1509 interview challenge.
It's amazing, right? It's amazing how you are connected to how you feel, and as a result of it, you're willing to multiply it to others. And that, even we spoke before about your integrity. That's pretty amazing, my friend.
That's amazing. And my wife's always telling me I need to work on my emotional availability. So there you go. I had it all along.
There you go.
You're better and cheaper than therapy, dude. This is fantastic. Am I going to have to pay you at the end of this? Are you going to get a bill? Does insurance cover you? Like, how does that work?
It's the most I've laughed on a podcast.
Can I pay you with Bitcoin? Like,
I had one guy come on, he said when we reached right here, he said, wait, do you do this for a living? I said, well, what do you mean? Do you charge? I said, no, I don't charge. You should.
Yeah, exactly. I think Uncle Jones is like, just when you give up this podcasting and just be like a virtual therapist. I think that'd be really good.
If we fast forward, Jeremy, to when you were 12 years old, what was your favorite song?
That's a good question. I think it was Celebration by Kool and the Gang.
But there we go. It all connects, right?
Yeah. There we go.
There's the bird there.
Those guys were money.
There's the bird there, right? You did 3 birthdays, 3 celebrations, right? And then your favorites.
I don't think I was 12, because I'm Jewish. So when you're 13, you have your bar mitzvah. So when you hit 13, it's a much bigger deal. So I think 12, we probably went a little low key.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it wasn't celebrate.
I think we did celebrate, but we certainly didn't have the big three, the hat trick, the trifecta.
Oh no, I'm actually sorry. Let me clarify that. What I'm saying is, it's amazing how when we reach at this aspect, this point of the podcast, when the person chooses the name of the song that was their favorite, how it connects back to even their earliest childhood memory.
There you go. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, man, you're like, there's something going on here. You're like a historian of people, and you just weave together the narrative, but you do it in like internet time. Well, like a 4-year PhD dissertation.
It's amazing though, right? Celebration. This guy had 3 birthday parties,
Yes,
pretty amazing. Yeah.
Oh my God, dude, I'm like having like you're like Jedi mind tricking me.
Jeremy, we have arrived at our destination, but before we get off of this time machine, there's a small declaration form. So it's yes or no, or a bit more, right? Have you chosen someone to pass on your skills to, Jeremy?
I've actually chosen 3 people.
Wonderful.
I have 3 children, and that's where I'm focusing right now.
Wonderful. Boys and girls?
2 girls, 1 boy.
You said you were married. How long have you been married for?
I have been married, what year is it? 2006. We're almost at moving in on 16 years.
Wow, well done. Do you believe in God?
I do. I struggle with the concept, but yes, I do.
Do you have an inner circle of friends?
Not like, I have sort of a fluctuating inner circle of friends, depending, I have a few that I tell a lot of things to, but I also have people with whom I don't talk like you. I talk to you once in your life, and we're going to talk again on your birthday when I call you, and it'll be like, we're best friends again. So actually, you got to tell me what day's your birthday, man.
Sure. 17th of August.
Oh, nice. All right. I'm calling you. Done and done.
Wonderful. So
Yes.
do you watch TV for more than 3 hours a day?
Definitely not.
What about 3 hours a week?
Not that much. Yeah, 3 hours a week for sure.
What about screen time, the phone and or the computer? Is it more than 8 hours a day or less than 8 hours a day?
Probably more.
All right. Jeremy, this was a great pleasure, my friend. This is going down as the most Angel laughed on any podcast conversation thus far. Before you leave, is there anything you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
Yeah, there are a couple things. I actually just moved into a new industry for my work, and I want to give everybody who listens to this a heads up, because imagine it was 1993 or 1994 and someone came to you and said, have you heard about this thing called the internet? And most people would have been like, oh, whatever, who cares? And we obviously know where those went. So, or that went. And I'm moving into an industry called blockchain. And it's the technology that makes Bitcoin possible, for example. But it is going to fundamentally revolutionize the way the world works in terms of commerce, trade, economics, currencies. It's going to be enormous. So I want people to start getting familiar with the idea of blockchain. You can come to my blog at neverstopmarketing.com. How was that? Neverstopmarketing.com and learn about it. But it's going to affect every single business in the world in the next, I don't know how many years, 5, 10, 20 years. So that's my gift to you, is you get a little sneak peek at the future.
Love it. Well, Jeremy Epstein, thank you for being on 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones.
Thank you for having me, sir.
Amazing audience. Before you leave, there's one person I'd like to introduce you to, Amanda Jones. She is my wife, and her passion is to educate, encourage, and empower.
Hi, I'm Amanda Jones, and I'm a registered nurse. Do you or someone you know have diabetes? According to the International Diabetes Federation, in 2015 worldwide, 415 million people were living with diabetes. Just as that figure is overwhelming, so too can the effects of diabetes be. So, to help simplify diabetes for both adult and child, I've used rhymes in my books, The ABCs of Diabetes for Children, and Poems for Patients, A Focus on Diabetes. At its simplest, rhymes help us to remember. If you, a child or friend, Want an easy, reader-friendly way to know about diabetes? Then get a copy of these books. For more details, you can go to poemsbyaj.com. That's poemsbyaj.com.